Welcome back to our YouTube channel, ladies and gentlemen. We begin this analysis on a sad note. On my behalf and on behalf of the family of this channel, we express our heartfelt condolences to the family and friends of the former renowned NTV reporter, Rita Tenina, who was found dead in her Kileleshwa home, even as we wait to hear what happened. And we pray that God gives them strength, the family and the friends, so that they can go through these tough times. And of course, we do the same to our friend, the TikToker, who also passed on. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm looking at the logo of the EACC, the Ethics and Anti-Corruption Commission, and they have some strong words. Tuangamize ufisadi, tujenge Kenya. Let us eradicate corruption and build our country, Kenya. And then when you scroll, they say the EACC is mandated to combat and prevent corruption and promote ethics and integrity in Kenya. I want to repeat that. Mandated to combat and prevent corruption and promote ethics and integrity in Kenya. For general inquiries, email at customercareintegrity.go.ke. When they say that they are mandated, they are telling us that they are being maintained by taxpayers' money. They are telling us that you and I have given them the authority to combat, kupigana nayo head on, to prevent. Wanafaa wazuia hata kabla haijafanyika, and to prevent. So they fight it, they can prevent it, and they also promote ethics and integrity. The reason why I read this, because those are very strong words. What is your opinion on the job that is done by the Ethics and Anti-Corruption Commission without favoritism, without being biased? And they have also informed us down there that Graft suspects with court cases this week, they break it down and tell us what we expect. And this is the gist of my story, and I want us to look at it with a fine-tooth comb, and let us read together. Graft suspects with court cases this week. Embakasi North MP James Mwangi Gakuya, former Migori Governor Okoth Obado and his children, former Nairobi Governor Dr. Evans Kidero, former Busia Governor Sospita Ojamong, and former Kiambu Governor Ferdinand Waititu are among notable corruption suspects whose cases are coming up in the court this week for prosecution and or recovery of the stolen property stroke funds. Hashtag tuangamize ufisadi tujenge taifa. The names themselves suggest to you that they are narrowing down to governors, former governors, Okoth Obado Zakari of Migori, Evans Kidero of Nairobi, and of course Kiambu's Baba Yao. But my point is this, ladies and gentlemen: words are cheap, and action will always speak louder than words. By the names that you have seen there, do you think that William Ruto, or do you think that the EACC will succeed in prosecuting these people, and if they're found guilty, recover what they have called stolen property? The reason why I'm asking this question is because, number one, if you look at Dr. Evans Kidero. Dr. Evans was one of the people who were appointed to the position of the chief administrative secretaries, the ones that were rejected by the courts, and it's coming back. And Obado, who is the former governor of Nyanza, of Migori, was also just recently appointed by William Ruto to be the UDA Nyanza manager. So these are people who are very close to William Ruto, because William Ruto has given them a job. William Ruto is the CEO of this country called Kenya. He's the one who appoints even the EACC after vetting, the head of EACC after vetting and all that. Do you think these people, I just gave those two examples, do you think Babayao, Gakuya, Kidero, and Obado will be successfully prosecuted? My answer is no. And I want to tell you the reason why. Number one, these people have been given a job. And I'm just using these two as examples. Before even we go there, we have, of course, we have the Busia, former Busia, so Peter Ojamong. And then I'm just wondering, he has also mostly selected 3 are Azimio. In fact, ODM, if I'm not wrong. Of course, Ferdinand was that Jubilee or TNA? I don't know. But these are the names that we have been given. Now they've been given a job. If William Ruto was serious and he wanted to maybe allow these people to go through the process and they were serious, he would have given them a job. And that's why I'm telling you that I do not think any proper prosecution will take place. And if there is a safe haven, I think, for people who have got questionable character, those who have accumulated wealth, it is in this government, because William Ruto during the campaigns declared that Uhuru Kenyatta was using the war against corruption to target those who did not read, political speaking, did not read from the same page, those who supported Ruto. And Ruto had declared that in his regime, he would not use corruption cases to target others. We have seen him before, exonerating those people who have got some questionable characters. And I understand that we operate under a law of innocent until proven guilty. The latest is Henry Rotich, who had a case that had dragged from 2020, 2019, and he was evacuated. He was exonerated. And the judge Nyotu, I've really mentioned Nyotu in almost my analysis whenever I'm talking about the judiciary, because Nyotu had lamented that the reason why all the suspects in the Aurora and Kimarer dam, where Rotich was the main suspect, the only reason why they were left free is because of dereliction of duty by the Director of Public Prosecutions. And we all know that we have a former Kemri boss who had been jailed for years, and using the presidential powers, William Ruto went and pardoned him. And so the number two reason I'm telling you that these people, they will not, let me not just talk of these people. The reason why the war on corruption cannot succeed is because there is no political goodwill from the government. That is a fact. And so, ladies and gentlemen, this office of the EACC, if you ask me, maybe they are working, selectively. They are getting orders. The other time when they targeted Oparanya, Paranya said these people are targeting me because have received, some orders or requests that I should decamp ODM and support Ruto. The Sirisia member of parliament had been found guilty of some charges. But when he went and cried to William Samoei Ruto, he was pardoned. So William Ruto, in a way, is also using the same method that was accusing his brother, his former boss, that if you are not in the same camp, you could be targeted. And if they want to intimidate you, they will do so until you come back to them. This is the reason why I'm telling you that the EACC is exposing William Ruto. Why do you think they have given us these names? Just for us to know that this is what they are doing. But nothing will succeed without the support of the executive. We have seen land cases just recently. Another lady went there, the Kihara, the Naivasha member of parliament, Jane Kihara, read a riot act on a land issue that was pitting William Ruto against the hustlers. And then 2 days later, Rigathi Gachagua had just won a land case that he had been accused of grabbing or something. We have seen people like Aisha Jumwa, those who are in the cabinet, those who are close to William Samoei Ruto, have got cases that have been terminated on grounds that there was no proper investigation, and I think this is very deliberate. And I'm saying that it is either the EACC is not serious, they're joyriding because they know the executive does not have the wherewithal to fight corruption. In fact, I think corruption is entrenched in this government. You could talk of the G2G oil deal that Raila told us about. The other name of this government is corruption. And my point in simple is that even if the EACC will talk up to midnight, there are names that are untouchable because they are closer to William Ruto. This government will be full of people who have questionable characters. And what does that mean to the hustler? Because it will be a government of it is our time to eat. Ladies and gentlemen, that is my point. Tell me what you think about the EACC's role, whether they are doing a good job, whether they will succeed, and maybe whether you have hope in them.